This is In the Know for Friday, July 18, the 199th day of 2025. There are 166 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We will talk with both Elsa Johnson and Ed Carnes about the Twin Lakes National Fiddlers Championship. Festivities get underway this evening, and we will have the water cooler question for you coming up later in the show. That and a whole lot more coming up today. Here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Paige. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
I ran across a couple of states that you might like to visit. New Jersey and New Mexico lead in ice cream connoisseurship.
Okay.
So that's where people say that they enjoy and know the most about ice cream. So as a result, they might have more flavors, and you might enjoy yourself more. What's so funny?
I'm extremely thrown off now. I never use this device to do that, and I don't like it when I mess up. So, well, that's interesting because I'm just now becoming a lover of ice cream. So
now you know
Yes.
what states to visit. You
yes.
wouldn't think of those two as being ice cream states.
No, not necessarily.
You would
No.
think of dairy states being ice cream states, but these will be fine. So
Yes, and you watched me polish off a half gallon of ice cream last
I didn't
night.
see how much you started with. I knew how
It was
much
a
you
half.
ended with. So I didn't take into, again, I didn't see your starting point. I just saw that it was empty at the end. So you could have started on the 1 yard line for all I know. He is a 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm feeling terrible. The murder hornet got me. So the wasp that she dealt with on Sunday, I got into it yesterday, and luckily mine's not nearly as bad. The swelling is coming out of mine already after treating it since yesterday. But Sam, the murder hornets are real. Well, they maybe not be murder hornets, but they feel murderous and feel hornetish to me.
Better you than me.
They are terrible.
Yeah, well, I know, and better me than the grandson, and like that's.
Or Gertie or Alea.
Or Alea. But we got a big problem. So, by the way, that particular murder hornet, which that's just what I'm going to call it, no longer with us.
I mean, and I know that he knew I wasn't overdoing it or whatever, but I mean, it stinks, doesn't it? I mean, it's bad juju.
They're hiding in a wreath, and I was convinced they were gone, so I went to move the wreath, and one came right out, and bam, right in the old left thumb there.
He gets you once or multiple times?
Just once, and he lived. Well, he didn't live to regret it, but he does regret it now because he's finished. I had the raid with me in the hand. Like I knew, I just couldn't react fast enough. So anyway, we got to get rid of him somehow. Sam, you have comes up on the show from time to time that you have some hard rules for your production crew on being passengers in your vehicle. Like you have some rules. But what's rule number one as far as riding with you?
I mean, there's a couple rule number ones, honestly.
Okay, I didn't know there could be more than one.
Yeah, I mean, well, like when we have a report time, if it says 4:15, that means that's 4:15 is what time the wheels are hitting the pavement, like on the road. So like that's so. I mean,
You may be running to catch up.
yeah, because we are on a time crunch. We've got things we got to do. I still controlling the music. We don't have like a passenger seat. All that, and then if you're gonna eat in the car, that's fine, but no mess. Because if you get a mess, you lose that right, and don't leave your trash because
that's a no-no.
I love Sam's rules.
2 and 5 drivers have strict passenger rules for their cars. Some ban fast food, others don't allow food or drink in the car, with some even restricting fizzy drinks while the vehicle is in motion. I don't know what's so bad about fizzy
I
drinks. but
I give them they get their chance. They get their chance, and then they can lose that right, which I think I've only had to take away from one person.
So they get to showcase that they know that they have skill. If they don't test out, then they have to go back to remedial class.
There was one person I had that got pretty much put in timeout, and they couldn't sit in the front seat for a couple of weeks.
I think this is great practice for parenting. Like Sam has, that's advice that a parent
I like
could
it.
use,
I
right?
think it's good. Hey, rounds of rain through the weekend. Cloudy with scattered showers and storms over the next 12 hours. Scattered thunderstorms can produce heavy rainfall on Sunday. While the day won't be a washout, it's going to be important to be weather aware. We'll max out near 90 on Sunday. But now we've got a bridge to cross before we get there. We will top out in the 80s today. In fact, we'll be at 89 with scattered thunderstorms. We'll be scattered thunderstorms tonight, at a low of 76, and then rounds of thunderstorms tomorrow. It's sort of going to be box of chocolates. It just kind of depends upon where it falls. It'll be in the region. It may not impact events on the square. It may. That's no hill they haven't climbed before. 88 will be the high tomorrow, and then Monday, 88 and 90. Back into the 90s, back into the mid-90s on Tuesday. The mid-90s are on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week, so just be prepared. An elderly driver has died after crossing the center line between Elizabethtown and Bardstown. State police say troopers responded to the two-vehicle crash at Boston Road at Bennett's Lane, 7 miles west of Bardstown. They said a 77-year-old Laura Gilpin of Bardstown was driving a Kia west on Boston Road when she crossed the center line and struck an eastbound Dodge being driven by 26-year-old Jasmine Simpson of Lebanon. Gilpin was transported to Flagey Memorial Hospital, where she was later pronounced deceased. Simpson and a juvenile passenger were transported to U of L with non-life-threatening injuries. There is a new app. If you're, believe it or not, we're not that far from the return to Grayson County schools. There is a new app that parents can have. It's called Stop Finder. And this is, you've been hearing a lot about potential apps to be used for communication, et cetera, in light of new laws that the state passed. This one is specifically, I believe, about transportation and has to do with bus schedules, bus routes. It's called Stop Finder. And there will be an invitation sent to the email address that is on file to you as a parent or guardian. You'll get that invitation link, and then you'll download the app, and you'll be able to find out very important information. I haven't read deep enough to know, but I feel like I know that the technology certainly exists, that you have the ability to see where your child's bus is at any particular time, so that, or at least while it's in service, so that you can kind of anticipate. I don't know that to be the case, but if the company didn't make this available, they need to hire me, because that's an idea that they would have overlooked. So it will be helpful, if your kid's bus is running late or it got detoured or something, for you to be able to check in. It's just more information. And then you learn routes or different routes that might exist. Say you move and you don't know the bus route. Well, now you can find that. Kentucky is again offering 15-year-olds an opportunity to obtain their driving permits. And by that, we mean they are having, we'll call it a fair or an enhanced opportunity on Saturday, August the 2nd. They are making about 1,300 written permit test appointments available on a Saturday. It can be hard for parents through the week to be able to get their kids, or they got to work, they got to go wherever. Somebody clearly has to take them. So it's harder to work in Monday through Friday. So they are having these Saturday hours, and there may be some places around the state that already do have Saturday hours, but at 10 locations, they're having about 1,300 appointments, which says to me 130 per location, most likely. And that is for convenience to you. There is one in Bowling Green, and there is one in E-Town. It's not the Litchfield office, but the Bowling Green office and the E-Town office. That will be on August 2nd. If you need to get your appointment, drive.ky.gov. Drive.ky.gov is where you're going to go. There is an op-ed piece in the Kentucky Today publication that caught my eye, and I was actually grateful for it. It's written by the Hart County Sheriff, and it's an op-ed that he wrote by Jeff Wilson. He's the Hart County Sheriff. And he is outlining in this op-ed that he had joined 15 other public safety leaders, Bowling Green Mayor Todd Alcott, Simpson County Sheriff, et cetera, and they came together to form a letter and send it to Congressman Guthrie. And it is about how AM radio is critical in emergencies. Now, we've been battling this for 2 years. You might remember when Ford was the first to do it, but then the others followed suit that said they were taking AM radio out of the vehicle. Early on, they wanted to say, and Tesla even said that it was an interference issue because of the EV engine. And someone solved that problem, and they fixed it, and they reversed course. In fact, Ford was one of the first ones to say, okay, yeah, we're leaving it in. Well, that led to the AM for Every Vehicle Act, and it's because it may be one of the last remaining bastions of free information and communication that you may receive when everything else fails. The emergency alert system that you used this weekend or this week on the alert over at Cub Run, the Ian alert, the backbone of that is our AM radio stations across the country that are fortified and resilient. And we have spent millions and millions of dollars in our country's history preserving that network. When your cell phone fails, when your computer fails, your home internet fails, AM radio doesn't fail. And so I was grateful. This is a cause we've been fighting for a long time, and there's bipartisan support for it, but it's just not getting pulled forward for a vote. But Brett Guthrie is the pressure point because he's the ENC chair. And so he's been listening to us on it, but he's not moved. Now we've got some first responders in our corner that are saying, hey, it's important to us too, and maybe it will cause some movement and get it out on the floor for a vote. So thank you to Sheriff Wilson and anybody who participated in joining in on that letter to Congressman Guthrie. You may remember the name Ralph Alvarado. He was a state senator, and he decided that he was going to move to Tennessee and become their leading state, their public health leader. And he did that, I'm trying to remember what year he did that. It has been, I can't remember whether he did that before COVID or after COVID, but nonetheless, he has decided
It had to have been after, because he was Bevan's LT candidate.
Oh, that's right, he was. And after they lost that race, he decided he wanted to go to Tennessee and be a public health leader, which he did. But now he is from afar studying and saying, hey, there's going to be a congressional seat open in Fayette County because Andy Barr wants to move over to the Senate. So Ralph Alvarado has decided he is seeking the Republican nomination for that congressional seat. And there were some other, I'm trying to think who else yesterday. State Representative Ryan Dotson and Deanna Gordon were already in that race. And then there were some others on the Democratic side that are in as well. So that'll be a heavily contested race in next year in the midterm elections. Speaking of elections and election cycle, despite no election in the Commonwealth in 2025, the list of speakers for the 145th annual Fancy Farm Picnic and political speaking event will be August 2nd at St. Jerome Catholic Church down in Graves County community that you know lovingly as Fancy Farm. So you'll have representatives from that area. And then some of these, it'll make me wonder now, you clearly have at least 3 Republicans that are in the congressional primary in Fayette County. Will they take the time to travel to Fancy Farm to be part of the stump speeches there? You would say, well, there probably aren't many voters. There aren't any voters, at least in the district where Fancy Farm is. But KET is big, and they carry it live. So they're getting a lot of statewide exposure if they choose to participate in Fancy Farm. So it's always a good time, except for when you get booed. And then that's not a good time, but they live through it anyway. I saw a headline, Sam, and I believe this could have your fingerprints on it. The Cougar football team has been busy this weekend, 7-on-7 action. You get to take any of this in?
Yeah, that was on Wednesday that I was at the high school as they hosted Hancock County. So that was good. Then on Tuesday they were down in Logan County High School, and then last week they were at Hancock. So they've been kind of bouncing around a little bit when they do these 7-on-7 actions, which is kind of fake football. You hear Brian Jones say it a lot, but it gives them an opportunity, especially this year, because the Cougars are looking for a new starting quarterback.
Yes, they are. Did I see, though, that in one of those, they keep funny score? Like, they don't keep it in 6s and 7s and 3s. They just keep it in single points. Is that right?
Yeah, they don't really I don't know. That's how I keep it because it's easier that way because there are no 2-point conversions. There are no extra points, so I just kept it as 8-4, 8-5 or something.
Yeah, that
was
was
the
a baseball score, not a football.
Yeah,
score, so
and
that's
it's
what
just
stuck me
easier
out.
to do it that way than because some of them can be pretty high scoring, and then sometimes they'll play it and they'll put it on a time limit of only 30 minutes or so to where the final score might be 2-1. So it just is I don't know. It just makes it little easier when in 7-on-7 to treat it that way.
Did I see they got a win over? They got a win over South Warren.
Yeah,
in one
beat
of their
them
7-on-7
2-1,
matchups?
2-1 on Tuesday. So that was good.
Cougars stepping up in competition this year with the district realignment. We got to get to a break. It's a big weekend here in Litchfield. The Twin Lakes National Fiddlers Championship is tomorrow in earnest, but the events get started this evening. We'll talk with Elsa and we'll talk with Ed coming up and give you all the information you need to know for the weekend. Straight ahead here on In the Know.
At Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield, Dr. Priyank Chauhan provides compassionate care for adults and seniors. Board certified in internal and geriatric medicine, he's dedicated to managing chronic conditions, preserving independence, and enhancing the quality of life. Proudly serving Grayson County because your health matters. Schedule today. Call Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield at 270-259-8888.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start August 18th. Visit kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
At the Grayson County Farmers Market, the community comes together bursting with farm fresh produce, meats, home baked goods, and much, much more. Savor the taste of Kentucky Proud Produce and know you're supporting local families. Join us Wednesdays and Saturdays, rain or shine, from 8 to noon or until the last morsel is gone, now through October 23rd at the Extension Office parking lot on Quarry Road. We honor WIC and senior vouchers because fresh, wholesome food is for everyone. See you at the Farmers Market.
Eliminate the threat of termites before damage adds up. Because termites can't detect Termidor, they die after ingesting treated material around your home. The Centricon system with always active technology begins the termite colony elimination process without delay and offers continuous property protection from termites with monitored bait systems on your property. For an effective and environmentally friendly solution to termites, contact the experts at Litchfield Exterminating, 259-6285.
Quality paves the way. That's the motto of Scotty's Contracting in Stone. All of the crushed stone products from Scotty's Quarry in Litchfield are mined underground. Scotty's Contracting and Paving provides cleaner products made from pure limestone. If you agree that quality makes the difference, contact the team at Scotty's Contracting and Stone for crushed stone products for your project at 259-5696. That's 259-5696. Our quarry is located on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Beach Bend Park and Splash Lagoon is the place for summer fun, making memories, good times, and summer vibes. Feel the rush of the legendary Kentucky Rumbler, one of America's top wooden coasters. Cool off in Splash Lagoon. Over 1 million gallons of water park fun. More than 40 rides, slides, attractions, and entertainment. Fun for the whole family. Beach Bend Park. Summer vibes so close to home. Get your tickets now at beachbend.com.
Beach Bend Park. Fun for the whole family. Beach Bend Park.
Intel is cutting hundreds of jobs in California as part of a larger restructuring effort. The chipmaker notified the state it's laying off 387 people at its main campus in Santa Clara, plus another 53 nearby. They are the latest in a series of cuts tied to weaker demand for traditional processors. Intel is under pressure as AI chipmakers like NVIDIA dominate the market. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is expected to testify in a case over billions paid in fines to settle disputes over privacy practices. Shareholders are taking the Facebook parent company to court hoping to get Zuckerberg and other company officials to repay some $8 billion. They accuse leadership of failing to ensure compliance with a Federal Trade Commission order over how to manage privacy concerns. The trial started yesterday. And a new report ranks the San Francisco and San Jose metro areas as the top AI hubs in the nation. In its rankings, Brookings Metro credits the concentration of tech giants, venture capital, and research across the Bay Area. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Today is World Listening Day. It is Sour Candy Day. Tomorrow is New Friends Day. Sunday is Moon Day. It's Lollipop Day. It's Nap Day. And by the time we get to Sunday, I know a couple of people who are going to be deserving and ready for a nap, and they join me right now. We say good morning first to Elsa Johnson from the Litchfield Tourism Department. She's the director. Good morning, young lady. Welcome back.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's good to see you, as always. I know from working with you very closely back all the way to the Ice Cream Festival days that your summer really doesn't start until this weekend ends.
That is correct. I believe you said that once, too.
Well, I always felt that way as well. I managed to get myself out of it, but you've not been so fortunate yet. But we'll be able to retire someday, I suppose. Big event tonight. The events get officially underway with a whole bunch of things that are orbiting around the contest. But what kicks things off this afternoon and evening?
Right. Mark, can I take a second just to pat the community on the back first?
Of course, of course.
There is such a wide variety of events that will happen over the next couple days. And it's made me stop and realize that as much as the fiddling contest itself has grown over the years, so has our community. Our local organizations have stepped up and created their own events that will coincide with the weekend, just making it bigger. So just good job, community. And today it kicks off. It kicks off today. And the events on the square, there's a cruise in by Black Rock Mafia, and that will start at 5 o'clock. They have live music by Exit 105. And then there's a Fit Fiddle 5K that's put on by Owensboro Health. And there's other events that are off of the square that happen all throughout the evening that lead up to fireworks at 9 p.m.
Night Lights is doing the fireworks show tonight, as always, I presume.
Yes.
And there's typically I guess I hate to tell the secret completely because then it might be harder to do, but there is a very unique opportunity at LAC involving the fireworks.
Right. They'll have a midnight swim tonight, and that is the perfect location to watch fireworks.
Yeah, it's on the same level. You know, you got an unobstructed view through there. It's a beautiful area, and it's going to be hot, so the water will feel wonderful. There's you mentioned the square and all of the events and bragging on the community, but they're in the orbit around the contest tomorrow. There are all these events going on, Jack Thomas House giving tours, et cetera, just to name one. But kind of highlight some of those things that are happening tomorrow throughout the day.
Right. So at 8 a.m., the car show will start. And again, that's by Black Rock Mafia, and it's always a great car show. The contest itself will start at 9 a.m., and we'll let Ed talk more about that. But we have over 30 vendors that'll be surrounding the square, great rides in the kids zone this year, and that's free from 2 to 8. Lots of food trucks, adult beverages, and then a free concert by the Grascals immediately following the contest.
Did you say food? Did I hear you say the magic word food?
Food.
What do we have to look for in the food space?
Yeah. So we have, there's a great variety. There'll be, barbecue, pizza, burgers. We have 7 food trucks this year.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful to hear. And the kids' activities, I think a lot of the parents want to know what's in it for the kids.
Right. And I have you a list. We will have a trackless train, a ballistic swing, a reckless ride, Euro bungee, 2 or 3 different bouncies, and then there'll be games available.
You always
All
have this.
admission is free for the street activities.
You always have this ability to find these odd but charming and interesting events or vendors or activities. Do you have a secret source for all of those, or how do you find these things?
Yeah, I have a very good person who helps me out with that, and he's very dependable. And of course, we have our local Crazy Jumpers who provides the bouncy houses.
Well, you managed to get the community polished up, and I know you're giving credit to the community, but it takes a wrangler to do all that, and you do a phenomenal job. Thanks for joining us this morning, and I'll catch you again real soon, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Ed Carnes is I don't know that he has, I don't know that I would give him an official title other than honcho of the Twin Lakes National Fiddlers Championship. Certainly the coordinator, but Ed, will you accept honcho?
I guess I can take honcho. I prefer contest director, but honcho's fine too.
I just thought director seemed a little straightforward, and I was trying to, I guess, plus it up just a little bit. But good to see you as always. I haven't really had a chance to talk to you in the last couple of years. I was thinking this morning as I was preparing that we're closing in on about 15 years ago when the community was facing potential loss of what is a signature event. And you and the mayor, even before he was the mayor, and Stephen Elder, who was here at the time, a collaborative group, a coalition got together to kind of save the contest. It was changed in ways, but all in all, it was saved. Did we come out ahead in the end going through that turmoil?
I really think we did because, I got the call in late March of 2012, and by July, we took the weekend that was once the Kentucky State Championship. This is a different competition, but this is designed a little differently. That was more of a regional type competition, but we are a nationwide competition certified by the U.S. National Fiddle Contest and so forth. So this contest, again, it highly emphasizes fiddle because that's what we really kind of built upon with the orchestra and all the fiddle players that came from here. So this has really became one of the marquee events on the circuit. And the Kentucky State is, which has been coming back as well. It was always great for the community, but this one I think put Litchfield and Grayson County on the nationwide map a little bit more.
Anytime you can put something national in the title, it obviously carries more weight and gets more attention. I do know this. I said, did we come out ahead? And the answer to that is probably yes. But I'll tell you who really came out ahead, and that's Litchfield proper. Because prior to that, it was out there in the county, and while it was proud of the county to have, it wasn't properly resourced revenue-wise, et cetera. So this synergy that's been created through the transition to something more national has been a big win for Litchfield.
It is, and it really showcases the town. There's so much that's happened, here since I was a kid and grew up here, and by moving this up to the square, and you got to go back. We had such strong support from the city council, specifically from Harold Miller and Stephen Elder, but Mayor Thomason, he's the guy who really helped make a lot of this work. And what we've been able to do, so we started out with a contest just to get something go back in Litchfield. But what really happened, I think, is with the strong support locally, city and the mayor, and especially tourism and ILSA and the Grayson County and Kevin Henderson and all those folks, this has became like a juggernaut. I mean, this is now a destination. It's not just a fiddle contest, which of course I'm a fiddle player. To me, it's the most important thing. But this has become a destination, and I don't think that the Kentucky State was never really a destination, I don't think. But now people want to come to Litchfield. And, I travel a lot. I was just in Idaho judging U.S. Nationals, handing out flyers about Litchfield. Almost everybody in the competition circuit, and bluegrass even, has heard of Litchfield. They'd heard a bit about it, but now they know where it is. They know about the competition. And this has really created a destination for Litchfield. And I love that.
So this is the 14th version, and I was also, I was thinking this morning also, and since you don't live in the county full time, you get better snapshots. Like those of us who travel the square in the community daily, we see progress, but maybe we don't see it in snapshot form like you do. So I will ask you this: was moving to Litchfield and transitioning to the Twin Lakes National Fiddlers Championship, was it the seed that was planted that is now bearing crops in the form of the rebirth of the square and just a lot of the activity and commerce that we're observing now?
Well, I would like to think so. I mean, I don't know. I catch a lot of things on the internet and so forth. I'm actually in the Alexander Airbnb. I remember seeing this as a kid. I remember seeing the condition it got and the wonderful, wonderful things that's been done. This is a really awesome place. I'm looking at and a renovated courthouse, and It's a nice Southern courthouse you don't see, and I see a big American flag, which always makes my heart feel great. I see the Big Seven where I saw as a kid, and it looks wonderful. So I'm hoping that the fact that we have such a marquee event in a tourist destination continues to make things on the square come even more alive. It really is. I love seeing this because, this is where I'm from, even though I don't live here much anymore. I hope that this has helped spur development on the square.
I think some people will say, well, I don't see the through line, but here's where I will draw the through line. Moving to Litchfield, having the square created an anchor event. And we were in the infancy at that point of the restaurant tax and a really big revenue stream for tourism. Those
Right.
fruits then helped give lift to this contest. The proof that something could happen on the square and be successful was proven. That gave way to the East Main Market. And then
Right.
people said, well, if we're going to have people coming downtown, we can afford to revitalize the hotel, the furniture store, the theater, new restaurants, coffee shops, etc. And so I say a lot, rising tide raises all boats. But I think it was the move of the contest to Litchfield proper that has helped give lift to all of this activity.
I hope so, because I've always felt, I think I played the first one here down at Rough River in 1976, way back that. And I always thought that this should be in Litchfield, and this brings the focus back to Litchfield, the fiddling capital of Kentucky. And I really believe the amount of people that come in, for example, this year, I have 44 pre-registrations.
Wow.
I've never had that much in any contest I run, and I run 3 or 4 of them. That's amazing. These people are coming from all over the place: Arizona, Texas, Ohio, West Virginia, Missouri. How in the world would you attract people from all of those places into Litchfield without something like this? And the great thing is, a lot of these people have kids. They spend money here in town, which I love. My mom still lives here part-time. They spend money. We get pumped more money into the community through the restaurant tax. They eat and so forth. I love it. It is, I feel, I don't want to just brag about it, but I feel that it is sort of a marquee for Litchfield and Grayson County. And the amazing thing, Mark, I have to tell you, is the strong support here in Litchfield for this event. And being able to make it even more attractive, bringing in the Grascals with our old buddy Danny Roberts coming here, and all these other things. This really shows a lot of drive and innovation, and it shows people that really care for the people here. And I think that's a good thing.
The Arizona family that you're talking about, I believe I have this right. They're a rodeo family. They compete in the big rodeo, like in Las Vegas. The 9-year-old of that family is a new fiddle champion. They'll be here. I think there are 3 of those kids. But I also want to know about Tad Marks. Tell me who 5 of them. Tell me who Tad Marks is.
Tad Marks is a fiddle player. He's a well-known bluegrass fiddle player. He's played for many, many years. And about 10 or so years ago, maybe a little longer, he started working on a better rosin for fiddle bows. Now, what rosin is, you've seen pictures with the rosin bag. It's sticky. If you look at a fiddle bow with the horsehair, it's got little cuts on it, kind of like a saw blade. So what rosin does, it makes that bow grip the string vibrates, and that's what you get the music from. Tad developed something called Lonesome Pine rosin, and it's the best rosin I've ever had. All of the fiddle players, Michael Cleveland, Jason Carter, Jimmy Mattingly, everybody endorses this. I use it exclusively. Tad knows about our contest, and what he wanted to do, he's donated a cake of his smaller rosin, Lonesome Pine rosin, for every finisher in our fiddle contest. So matter of fact, we got a nice little bag. I've been sitting here this morning putting them together. So everybody that gets here gets a sample of this. And as you know, some of the fiddle players, Harold could tell you as well, rosin tends to last for a long time, but this stuff is magical. Like I've said, it will take a decent bow and make it sound good. It'll take a good bow and make it sound great. So I'm real happy about that. So people out in the fiddle ecosystem hear about Litchfield. They hear about this contest. They see it. And they're interested in helping support it too. And I think that's great.
Tell me about the schedule for tomorrow. I know 9 o'clock is the kickoff, but how's the day going to unfold?
Well, we're going to start registration about 8 o'clock. We'll start right before 9 with the national anthem and get the kickoff. We'll start with a small fry fiddle, that's 0 to 8, and we'll follow them with the junior, which is 9 to 12. Then we'll have a guitar, and then we'll have 2 more categories of fiddling. Then I believe mandolin, then 2 more categories of fiddling, then banjo. Then we'll have our no holds barred buck dancing. Then we'll have the fiddle off between the champions. And when we're done with all of that, which is a long day, then we're going to have the Grascals on stage. So this is going to be so much fun. I hope everybody here locally and everyone who hears this can come out.
So you can't hear it, but it is playing underneath us and will play us to break. But tell me, how are you liking Litchfield, Danny's new song?
I love that song. I heard about it, of course. I talked to Danny off and on. He doesn't live that far from me, and actually neither does Jimmy Mattingly. And I'd heard about it right away. And boy, when I first saw it, I heard it. Wow. Then I thought, got to be Jimmy playing fiddle on there. I didn't know who was on there. Of course, it was Jimmy playing fiddle. And Andrea, his wife, playing bass. So I love it. And I love the fact he named it Litchfield.
Me too. If you pay close attention and close your eyes and listen to it multiple times, you can see Litchfield in the song if you'll just listen closely. I thought it was brilliant. Ed, go ahead.
I was going to say also, we'll be streaming the contest tomorrow. This is courtesy of the National Old Time Fiddlers Association out of Weiser, Idaho. They're letting us use their live stream and kind of pulled us into the fold. So I appreciate them letting us use their live stream for tomorrow.
Thanks for the time, as always. Have a great show, great contest, and we'll catch up soon.
You bet.
Thank
Good
you.
talking, Mark.
That's
Take
Ed
care.
Carnes. He is the director of the Twin Lakes National Fiddlers Championship, and he joins us. Thanks for the time, Ed. I appreciate it. We got to get to a break. Today's water cooler question is coming up. It'll prove your chance to win coming up here on In the Know.
There's an event we all share, a celebration of music, history, and community. An experience that brings us together. This Saturday, join us for the 14th annual Twin Lakes National Fiddler Championship. Start your weekend with the Rod Run, Cruise In, and fireworks Friday at dusk. Saturday, enjoy the pancake breakfast, antique car show, free kids activities, and a concert by the Grascals. It's a weekend not to miss. Visit twinlakesfiddler.com for details. This is the weekend to be in Litchfield. See you there.
At the Kentucky Opioid Response Effort, we are committed to supporting quality providers and programs that benefit Kentuckians. Because of this work, we know there are quality services and supports out there right now. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, the KY Help Call Center can connect you with resources right now when you call 833-8KY-HELP. You can also visit findhelpnowky.org to find treatment and recovery options that are right for you.
This is a message from Teen Kentucky, sponsored by the Office of Drug Control Policy and aired by this station.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment. The amount of life insurance coverage that you may qualify for or apply for is subject to medical and financial underwriting by Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company in Jackson, Mississippi.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, SOHD.info.
Twin Lakes weather.
Yeah, the show
showers and thunderstorms remain possible this afternoon with highs in the 80s. Keep in mind, some of that rain may be locally heavy, so stay weather aware. Once we head into tomorrow, we keep clouds overhead, and we'll watch for more rounds of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, not just for your Saturday, but also into Sunday. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Don't miss the hottest songs in the country on American Top 40 this weekend. We will hear from Role Model about his acting debut, and we'll find out if Alex Warren can go for another week at #1. It all goes down AT40 this weekend.
Did you know the original 1902 stage version of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy did not have a pet dog named Toto.
Okay.
She had a faithful cow named Imogene.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard to.
Imogene.
Yeah, I prefer Toto.
It doesn't score the same, does it? I mean, Imogene the cow is fine, but I mean, imagine trying to get Imogene in the
That's what I'm
basket of the
saying.
bicycle. That would be a
just
little
doesn't
challenging.
work, does
Be
it?
Challenging to do. Thanks to Elsa and Ed for catching us up and getting us ready for the contest and the events that begin today. Here's the water cooler question for today. If you or your household have not won in the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. You're going to text your answer to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000. That is the text number you will use. Up for grabs today, 2 tickets to Holiday World and Splashin' Safari. 2 tickets to Holiday World. All right, here we go. About 4 in 10 people agree men should be banned from wearing this during the summer. About 4 in 10 people say men should be banned from wearing this in the summer. What is it?
I wrote down one pretty quick there.
As Andy would say, you can't be doing that. So I know Sam's got his answer locked in. Miss Buckles, you good?
I do.
All right. Give everybody else about 5 seconds to lock it in. Your final answer. All right. New at the theaters today, Smurfs. We got a Smurfs movie again.
Okay.
Didn't realize that we were that was in the offing, but it is Rihanna, John Goodman, and Kurt Russell are the voices. So she's got to be Smurfette, right? Rihanna's got to be Smurfette.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. So this is a reboot, I guess, because Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are also in it. And Eddington is out today. That is an R-rated comedy drama. 67% on the tomato meter. That's starting to get into not very good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it's above average.
It doesn't even list who's in it, so I can't say. What do you need to know now? Oh, Lilo and Stitch, the first Hollywood title of 2025 to cross the $1 billion global box office milestone. So congratulations to Lilo and Stitch. Disney does it again. Next week on the 25th, I believe I've got my date right. Yes, it says right here, July 25th, Happy Gilmore 2 will be out on Netflix. And Adam Sandler is talking how Carl Weathers, played Chubbs in the original one. He had, the alligator. Right. He didn't have the hand. He had the fake hand and his ring was on it. Well, of course, we lost Carl Weathers. And so they had to do a massive rewrite to allow for that because he was written in to play just a huge part of it. And then he passed and they had to pivot. So it'd be interesting to see what they do.
Well,
in that regard.
In the trailer, you have Lavelle Crawford seems to be playing his son, that's Huel from Breaking Bad. I know you haven't watched that show, but Huel is playing his son, and I know in the trailer they have, like a 5-second clip to kind of show a little bit as to what he is, but it seems like he's his son.
Okay, well that's a good way to do that. That's a clever way to pull things off like that. He's also talking about. I don't know if she's in it. I know Travis Kelce is in it, but I don't know if she makes an appearance. But he was talking to Entertainment Tonight about her being on him being in contact with her because of the Travis Kelce connection to Happy Gilmore too. But he said, Taylor's so nice to my family and has always been. She's ridiculously nice to them and warm, and Travis is such a gentle, nice guy. Funny as heck. He's like the guys I grew up with. I know Sam is so fond of Travis, so he would be happy to hear that what a bro he is.
He's something.
Bonnaroo, he is something. Bonnaroo is returning in 2026. They're making some changes, getting rid of some campsites, etc., that proved to be their undoing in 2025. Rosebud, you know what Rosebud is?
No.
Rosebud is the sled in Citizen Kane.
Oh, okay.
The original sled from Citizen Kane has sold, and at the end of the movie, that's what he says last. He says, Rosebud. Yeah, if you've ever seen Citizen Kane. I only watched it because I was doing the AFI's 100 Greatest Movies of All Times, and I was obligated to watch it. It has sold at auction for $14.75 million. Is what the
For how much?
$14.75 million. I mean, some people say Citizen Kane's the best movie of all time, so that's why it's fetching such a price. And then Connie Francis has gone on in at age 87. She became TikTok famous this week with this Pretty Little Baby song. A lot of people using it to do their TikTok.
I feel like this has been a chart topper pretty often, right?
You think so? I've never heard it before today. So I didn't think. I've heard Connie Francis, but not this song. So Pretty Little Baby, gone on in.
Oh,
We'll
I felt
figure
like
out
it'd
who
been
wins
chart topper.
today's water cooler question. And we'll have chart toppers, as Sam mentioned, and Point to Ponder, Pearl of Wisdom, and more. Coming up here on In the Know.
Ladies, if you're a newlywed, I should warn you, there's another woman in your husband's life. That's right, his mother. But take heart, you can keep your relationship with your mother-in-law from turning adversarial. It starts with this. No guy wants to be stuck in an argument between his wife and his mother. That's a no-win situation for him. No matter what he does, he's letting someone down who's important to him. So do everything that you can to be a participant in the relationship instead of an obstacle. You can't control your mother-in-law's behavior, but you can control your response. I also recommend that you and your husband find some common ground for how involved this mom should be in your marriage. Couples deserve some privacy, of course, but mothers still love their sons, even if they're married. The main thing is, don't cross the line and communicate the wrong thing. Butt out is not the message you're going for. In general, just be as warm as you can be. Invite your mother-in-law into your lives where you can. Keep in touch with her on the phone, through email, or take her out to lunch once in a while. Send her a note thanking her for raising a wonderful son and husband. Find a way to connect with her. And if things got off to a bumpy start, do your part to heal the relationship. At the very least, don't escalate the problem. The better your relationship with your mother-in-law, the better your marriage. To help your marriage thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly. God is at work and he's calling his people to rise in truth. Truth Rising is a powerful new documentary from Focus on the Family and the Colson Center. See how ordinary Christians choose courage in a culture that needs truth. Watch Truth Rising starting September 5th and find out how you can be a part of the change and become an agent of restoration. Sign up at truthrising.com. That's truthrising.com.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard joining Medi-Share can save families up to $500 a month, and obviously that's a big deal, but they like it too, especially being part of something that reflects their values instead of working against them. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. Find out more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
As prescription costs rise, many Medicare beneficiaries are having difficulty keeping up. If you or someone you know is finding it difficult to pay for prescriptions, the Kentucky Department for Aging and Independent Living State Health Insurance Assistance Program may be able to help. SHIP counselors can guide you to money-saving prescription assistance programs, including a program that helps pay for Medicare Part D plan costs for limited-income seniors. For more information, call 1-877-293-7447.
MB's point to ponder for today. What country would you most like to visit? What country would you most like to visit?
All right, Sam gets to go first on this one.
I feel like, don't I go first every single time?
No, whatever. I always go first.
I don't know.
So that's going to be Latin America. I don't know. Probably Ecuador.
Ecuador, okay.
Ecuador.
You mean like down around the equator?
So, well, the diving. So the
Okay.
Galapagos.
Yeah, the Galapagos. That would be good. I just been studying the Seychelles a little bit more, and that's somewhere I would like to go. But Tahiti is on my bucket list,
I know,
so I just need to do that.
been.
Yeah, and so it's going to be hard for me to move that one off of the list until
Right.
I get to do that one. Then I'll find a new one. So Sam, what's at the top?
Probably
of your list?
Australia.
Australia.
There you
That'd
go.
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you get that far, don't you have to go to New Zealand as well?
Yeah,
Surely.
probably.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
If you're in the neighborhood. The water cooler question for today was about 4 in 10 people agree that men should not be able to wear this during the summer. What did you write down?
I put socks with sandals.
Socks with sandals. Oh yeah, I forgot. Should have written Crocs. Sam, what do you write?
Cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts. You making fun of my cargo shorts, Sam?
I
I have cargo shorts on right now.
I just said 4 in 10. There, that's a pretty good percentage,
Do
you
you
know.
wear? I have never noticed. Do you wear cargo shorts? Sam?
I mean, I haven't in a while. That was one of the things I remember when I went to college. I think one of the, like, we went to like a retreat before we started, and I think one of the counselors was like, "Now listen, guys, you can't wear cargo shorts anymore." It's like, that's not, like, you can't, like, you gotta go and not do that. But yeah, so no, I don't. I think I have a pair of cargo shorts, but no, I haven't worn them in a while.
The correct answer
Was
is
cargo shorts
a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh.
Not allowed to wear a Hawaiian shirt. I don't wear a Hawaiian shirt unless I'm going to Hawaii, and even then it's not going to be your traditional. It's not going to be as flowery
Oh,
as
how things are going to change.
they are.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a good Hawaiian shirt that I could break out. I think it's back
I
there in the
have
closet.
I have a Hawaiian print shirt, and guess what color it is? Two-tone blue.
You can't do nothing around here. Can't do nothing.
Sam, did anyone get Hawaiian shirt?
Looks like we had, let's count this, 4.
4. Number 1. I was going with 1
Oh,
today.
wow. 5594.
5594. Congratulations. On television for this weekend, the Billy Joel and So It Goes documentary is out today on HBO Max. I will find a time to watch that this weekend. The Fixer Fox series premieres tonight. Tomorrow is the WNBA All-Star Game on ABC. Can't wait to see that 4-point shot disc out there. See if Caitlin Clark can hit from it.
No, she cannot. She's not playing, so I can tell you, no, she can't. No, she's been dealing with like a groin injury, and so she came out and said she can't play.
Dancing with Sharks on Sunday.
What?
Shark Week kicks off on the Discovery Channel.
Hey.
I guess my question would be, is this the best, like, is next week the best time to go in the water at the beach because all the sharks are busy being on Shark Week on TV? Would that be a good time to do it? Today's highlight in history. This date in 1976 at the Summer Olympics in Montreal, Nadia Comaneci of Romania became the first gymnast to receive a perfect score of 10 from the Olympic judges for her performance on the uneven bars. James Brolin is 85 today. Joe Torre is 85 today. It was so good to see him in the Yankees uniform as part of Aaron Boone's staff at the All-Star game the other night. He got to go out and make a pitching change. It was just good to see him. Richard Branson is 75 today. The Ricky Skaggs is 71. Vin Diesel is 68. Vin Diesel is 58. Nick Faldo is 68. Penny Hardaway is 54. Kristen Bell is 45. Priyanka Chopra is 43. And Olympic sprinter Noah Lyles is 28 today. He's not having as big a summer this summer as he had last summer. Let's go to chart toppers. Oh, you're gobbing up for God's. Harriet Nelson in 1909. Red Skelton in 1913. Nelson Mandela in 1918. John Glenn Jr. in 1921. And Hunter S. Thompson in 1937. Okay, that wasn't supposed to be a chart topper for today, so forgive me.
It's a little slow for a Friday.
That was supposed to be Nat King Cole, but it must have, I don't know what happened to it.
I miss you, baby, every day and
This is Webb Pierce,
so long since I held you tight.
and it's been so long.
Everything's different since you went away.
Thank you, Webb. Let's go to, I'm going to run over today, Moose folks. Sorry about that. The Orleans Wah-Wah-Tusi. Wah-Wah-Tusi. All right, let's move forward a decade. Let's go to 1971.
You just call
James Taylor.
my name, and you know wherever I am,
You've Got a Friend.
I'll come running.
Not exactly Randy Newman's You've Got a Friend in Me, but both are very good
That is,
songs.
that's Gilmore Girls. So
It is.
Most
This
of the
one,
audience,
James Taylor.
yes.
Billy Joel, Still Rock and Roll to Me. Again, new documentary out tonight. Even if it's old junk. All right, let's go to... Here's one you don't hear very often. 1989, Martika #1 with Toy Soldiers. Moose folks, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. You're gone in about 3 seconds. Let's go. 1998, the Goo Goo Dolls. This is Iris, which is an odd title because I don't know if Iris, the word, is anywhere in the song. It probably is.
I don't think it is, but it's a great song.
Fergie #1 in 07. Big Girls Don't Cry. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says, happiness often sneaks in through a door you didn't know you left open. Happiness often sneaks in through a door you didn't know you left open. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix is WKHG Litchfield. The Twin